you're done, I forgot about that. That has a lot of important
You
stuff.
want to get it now?
Oh, I can? Okay. If you guys go to Patrick's party afterwards, I'll tell you the joke then. No? Sorry.
I'll wait till you're seated.
All right.
Can we squeeze?
Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. When I first heard there would be an open mic night, I thought maybe I could juggle or dance, but then I realized that I was straight. I'm sorry. And no, really, I want to thank everybody for coming up here and following their dreams and their passion. Meanwhile, I'm just here to get slightly more known and maybe get lucky afterwards. And I'm not hating on juggling or dancing or anything. It's just like, I suck at both of them immensely, especially dancing. Like, the way I dance is how, like, African-American comedians would make fun of white people for dancing. And, like, I'd be sitting there, you know, and then on top of it afterwards, like, I would say some of the most whitest lines to whatever girl I'd be trying to pick up. Hey, did you see me cut that run? It was spectacular. And I'm especially bad at science, too, because I feel like not everything needs an answer in life. I mean, I look like a giraffe, but you don't see me using a chemistry equation to figure out why my neck is as long as a baseball game. And I'm a baseball fan too. I'm a Yankees fan, unfortunately, right now. But it gets kind of boring watching A-Rod strike out 3 times a night and making $20 million doing it. Meanwhile, I'm still making minimum wage at the movie theater. If I want to watch a rich guy piss me off that much, I go to a Donald Trump rally. It's crazy to think that our president could be a man with hair like Dennis the Menace. Think about it, his hair has not lasted him 4 to 8 years. I mean, like, think of President Obama. I mean, he looked pretty good before he got in office. Now he looks like Uncle Ben. And speaking of gray hair, where are my Bernie supporters? You ever notice when he talks in public, he like clutches on to whatever poor podium is there? I think it's because his spine is shaped like a question mark. How the hell am I losing to Hillary Clinton? It's crazy. I mean, it's poor Bernie can't catch a break. I mean, theoretically though, politics should be a young man's game. I mean, I want my face, or not my face, my president's face, to have a nice, like, wholesome, clean image. I mean, it shouldn't be a president, you know, someone who lost their virginity to Harriet Tubman. I mean, it's got to get done. I mean, they should disqualify Bernie from the race when I find out that he was high school friends with George Washington. And I guts to who's ever running for president, though. I mean, public performing isn't anything new to my family, though. I mean, I'm the youngest of 4. My brother's a musician in the family. But one thing I can never figure out is, like, when my brother's about to play guitar, he's about to totally, like, ruin his underwear. I will be playing and he'll go, "Oh my God." And if you go back and watch footage of the Stones, like, you never see Keith Richards playing guitar with a cigarette dangling from his mouth, like, "She's my little rock and roll." And so yeah, that's basically where that ends. And then my brother would always go, "Well, I'm an artist." It's what, yeah, bull crap. If you're an artist, I'm a bodybuilder, alright? Both of those things aren't true. And so yeah, I mean, thank God for Hollywood though. I mean, like, guitarists, they have the easiest job in the world. After they get out, they go to the after party and everything, they hang out with supermodels and everything. And then I go home and have myself a private party, if you know what I'm talking about, with pictures of Mila Kunis.
God.
I mean, if I saw her in person, the best 6 seconds of my life, the worst 6 seconds of her life. We're just going to say that. And it's crazy when you think you're always going to be attractive to somebody and ugly to somebody else. It doesn't matter if you're Anne Hathaway or Steve Buscemi. Hollywood just works that way. Thank God for stage names, though, especially me. I grew up a huge wrestling fan, so like if I ever saw Hulk Hogan on the street, I could be like, "Hey Terry, how you doing?" And he'd be like, "Sorry, what? What?" But I bet you if I went, "Hey Hulk," he'd be like, "Oh hey, how you doing, brother?" And he'll come over and act like he's my best friend and everything. And And especially, speaking of lost childhood, if you grew up in the 80s a fan of Bill Cosby, I'm sorry. I mean, your childhood has to be violated both figuratively and literally. I mean, it's crazy to think that a guy who's been promoting pudding pops has been putting his pudding pop in places where it shouldn't be. It's crazy to think that he went from being America's dad to America's uncle. And speaking of creeps you never think of, did you know that Goofy from Disney has kids? He legitimately has kids. I didn't know that until the other day. And you probably didn't even know. Goofy's a pimp. They probably had to get him on the Maury Povich show. Hey, Goofy, you are the father. Can you believe that, Maury? You could tell I was wearing the condom. And, and then Mickey Mouse probably had to, smack him upside the head. But, that wouldn't be anything, beyond Disney. If you go back and watch some of their movies, it's a little bit more than questionable the stuff that happens. I feel like Woody's probably a butt cowboy. First of all, his name and his sexual tension with Buzz Lightyear is more than Jonah Hill and a piece of cake. And I apologize for all the childhoods that I'm ruining tonight. Now I know how, kids feel when their parents tell them that Santa Claus isn't real. But just on a larger scale. Wrestlers have real names, Bill's a rapist, and Woody touches Buzz. Yeah, basically. And then, it's just stuff that has to be addressed though, like how James Bond hasn't died of lung cancer, liver failure, or AIDS. I had to put that in there. And speaking of other things that need to be addressed, like spiders, I hate when people say spiders, they're so cute, they're more scared of you than you are bullcrap, okay? They're Satan's pets. And, I don't try to put on a tough guy act or anything, but after I kill a spider, I feel like the biggest badass in the world. You tell your friends about that. And, so spiders, they can't catch a break, but I don't really care. And then another awful thing in this world is, Will Smith's raps from the 90s. But, not even superstar Will Smith, before he went on Fresh Prince. If you ever really go back and listen to them, they're how-to guides on how to survive high school and middle school. Remember, kids, do well in school so you can grow up and be super cool. Woo! 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 And, don't worry, I'm wrapping up. And, no problem. It was the 90s, though. Our biggest concern was our president getting some side action. And I think that's why Monica Lewinsky isn't voting for, Hillary Clinton, is because the last Clinton left a bad taste in her mouth. And, I'm sorry, when he said keep it PG, I'm that's staying in there, I'm sorry. And I think that taste that was left there was the fact that Bill Clinton's gonna be our only non-awful president for years to come. But you guys have been great, thank you. And there will be an after party at my house. Girls, if you need directions, I'll be in the bathroom. It'll be the stall with a little hole in it. Thank you very much. Good night.
I said PG, so none of that was my fault. No, that was great. Another hand for him. So next up is phenomenal bassist and pedal maker, Matt.